Hello, and we're back here on OWA Aftermath. We're continuing this matchup in part 4 between AJ Styles and Sheamus. We saw Sheamus recently kick out of another Styles clash, and which one of these men are going to pick up the win here on the first ever episode of OWA Aftermath. Sheamus just Irish whipping AJ Styles to the outside, and AJ Styles has kind of been in control most of this match. Sheamus has gotten his moves in, but AJ has nailed multiple finishing maneuvers, but Sheamus has been able to get the shoulder up, and you got to wonder what it'll take for AJ to keep Sheamus down, as Sheamus just brutalizing him on the outside, sending him into those steel steps, and now Sheamus, big Irish curse backbreaker on the outside of the ring right there. We still have 2 matches left for you tonight after this match here on OWA Aftermath. We're going to have Cesaro taking on Randy Orton. And we're going to have Daniel, Bryan, and Christian, who are members of the Renegade faction known as Revolution, taking on CM Punk and Braun Strowman. Back to this matchup here. AJ sending Sheamus into the ring now, or into the steps rather, and now AJ getting into the ring and taunting. And remember, this is kind of a soft 10 count. Really, we don't like the matches to end off of count-out, so we try to give them a little bit of leeway there, but they have a soft count, and if eventually they don't get in the ring, they'll be counted out. But both men are back into the ring now, and Sheamus now trying to set AJ up. Sheamus might be looking to put AJ away. Big bro kick there, and is Sheamus going to knock off AJ in his debut? 1, 2... kick out at 2.5 by AJ, and AJ not wanting to be made. Quick work by Sheamus, and that would have been devastating for AJ Styles there. AJ coming off that first round tournament loss to Finn Balor, needs to try to get a win here to maintain momentum. Plus, if she starts, wait a minute, 10 beats of the Baron right there. Oh my goodness, just laying those clubbing blows into the chest of AJ Styles, and I was saying AJ Styles might be in trouble. He's in trouble right now, but if he starts out 0-2 and he cannot, pick up a win, that might hurt his standing with Revolution. Revolution has made it clear that they want results, and if AJ can't keep up, then he most certainly might be in trouble there. And back to this matchup now. AJ still on the inside, and Sheamus on the outside. Sheamus going to the top rope, and he might be looking for that shoulder block there, but that he likes to get off the top rope. But AJ smartly got out of range, and Sheamus got nailed with a big drop kick. Sheamus on the outside, just out of camera view, trying to pick his moment to get in the ring. AJ tried to cut him off, but missed with that diving clothesline, and we've seen Sheamus go to that shoulder block, and he might want to try to mix his offense up a little bit here. Obviously, the same moves have not been putting AJ away. He went to spear AJ out of the ring. AJ got the leg up, prevented that from happening, but it gave Sheamus the opportunity to nail AJ with a scoop slam. And again, just going back to the well, landing those vicious shots, and Sheamus might be looking to try to knock out AJ Styles, and now Sheamus putting AJ into is it a submission hold? It was, but again, I don't understand why people would break up pins or break up submission moves. If nothing else, you'll wear your opponent out and cause damage, and you got to stay on top of your opponent. We've seen people kind of let up here. That's been one of the critiques in OWA. If you can't let up going forward, that will eventually catch up with you. We've seen both men multiple times in this matchup go to the outside. Sheamus went for a big boot, didn't catch all of it, but got him with his knee and lands a few more of those clubbing blows. And Sheamus now just stomping away. This is our 4th match here on the first ever edition of OWA Aftermath. Earlier in the night, we saw Finn Balor knock off the debuting Andrade. We saw The Rock pick up a win over Sting, and we saw Curtis Axel knock off Samoa Joe to become Lieutenant of Revolution. AJ now with a big Oshi-Goroshi there to Sheamus, and we've seen him hit that multiple times. He usually tries to set that up into the Styles Clash. Big Styles Clash by Sheamus. This will be the 4th one of the match. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. No, Sheamus kicks out again, and And Sheamus has shown resilience, and if he shows this kind of fight going forward, if he shows this ability to stay in matches, then Sheamus will have a long tenure here in OWA, and Sheamus isn't worried about that, though. Sheamus trying to pick up his first win on Aftermath. AJ picking up Sheamus. Nailed him with the blow there. And now looking for, is this that brainbuster? That it is. He went to the brainbuster that he hit earlier in the matchup. And now AJ picking up Sheamus and went for a clothesline. Sheamus able to counter right there. And now Sheamus went for the suplex. AJ got the knee. And now AJ big scoop slam to Sheamus. And AJ's kind of showing their experience here in this match. You know, AJ isn't a newcomer. AJ's a veteran. This isn't the first high-profile contest that he's been in. He knows how to pick up wins like this, and that might be the advantage that is enough to put Sheamus away. But regardless, Sheamus having a very good showing. AJ goading Sheamus to get up. And now, what's he going to look for here? Sheamus just trying to crawl away, and now AJ Styles, big kick to the. I didn't think he went downstairs. The kick kind of caught him in the chest, and these people of Revolution, they do not mind playing dirty. AJ Styles again, Oshi, and you got to wonder how many times they'll go to the well. I mean, they've been able to maintain control in this match. They just haven't been able to put Sheamus away. So eventually, I guess AJ's strategy is eventually hit him with enough blows and he'll go down. Sheamus, though, just from his background of growing up in Ireland and fighting, and he can take punishment, and we've seen that here in this matchup. AJ Styles, big brainbuster again, and you got to wonder how much more can Sheamus take? How much more punishment can no matter how tough you are, how much can you take? And we might see, I don't know if we'll see Sheamus tag up with Cesaro, you know, both members of the bar here. That would be great if they did. Cesaro going to be in action coming up after this match, but Styles clashed to Sheamus. 1, 2, 3, and Sheamus finally goes down for the 3 count. AJ picking up the win here on Aftermath. And next up, like I said, with Aftermath, we give you straight contests. Next up, we're going to have Cesaro, who picked up a big first-round tournament win over Sting, set to take on Randy Orton, who has had his trouble with Revolution. Can Randy Orton pick up his first win here in OWA, or will Cesaro continue his momentum? And here comes Randy Orton, and Randy Orton is going to have a disadvantage in this match. As you see, that right shoulder and part of the chest taped up, it looks like he's recovered a little bit. That tape taken off of his nose and his ribs, and it was a good thing we did get a medical report before the start of the show tonight, and luckily, due to the attack from Curtis Axel and the members of Revolution, he did not suffer a major injury in that attack. It's just a minor shoulder strain, and by next week he should be able to get that bandage removed from the upper arm. We'll see if that is the case. He might have to have it an extra week, but it's good that he avoided major injury there, because that was a very vicious attack, and Randy Orton has a history of their shoulder issues, so luckily he didn't get sidelined for the foreseeable future. But due to the restrictions put on Revolution tonight, Randy Orton will thankfully not have to worry about any members of Revolution interfering in this matchup, and he can solely focus on the tough task that is Cesaro. Cesaro throwing up a huge win and will look to continue his momentum as he prepares for his quarterfinal matchup next week against Samoa Joe. And here comes the Swiss Superman, the Swiss Cyborg, Cesaro. Like we said, he picked up that big win over Sting. And as we expand our OWA Tag Team division, like I said, we'll be having that big 6-man ladder match at OWA Hardcore Havoc. Maybe we'll see Cesaro pair up with Sheamus. That hasn't been officially confirmed or anything, but I would love to see the Balor team. We've both seen both men represent each other, and regardless if they team or not, Cesaro and Sheamus have a big mutual respect for one another, and we hope to see them both do great things here in OWA, regardless of that be in singles competition or in the tag team division. And here we go, this match set to undergo. You heard the bell, and both men show mutual respect for one another. Getting in a classic wrestling tie-up here. Who will get the momentum to start off the match? And oh, that's smart by Cesaro, working on the injured left shoulder of Randy Orton, damaging, going to that taped area. And when you see the tape on Cesaro's shoulder, and even though Cesaro was not attacked, both of these men have a history of shoulder issues, so you got to think both men will try to work those areas respectively and see which one takes first. But Cesaro right now, ooh, going downstairs a little bit right there in the wrestling hold, and now Orton getting the counter, getting Cesaro into the headlock, wrenching down, and this is just classic old school 80s wrestling right here, just seeing which one can outmuscle the other, be more technical, and now Orton gets Cesaro and throws him into the turnbuckle, and Cesaro able to kick Randy Orton in the gut, and Randy Orton, he's kind of ran into unexpected trouble. You know, Randy Orton was thought, at least by me, to possibly be the best competitor on the OWA roster, and certainly he believes that, but you know, he got knocked off in a very classic, I mean, nothing to be ashamed of, losing to Seth Rollins, but got knocked off in a classic in the first round. Then he's having to deal with Revolution, and now he's having to fight at about 70%, and you gotta wonder, you know, it wouldn't take away from Cesaro beating Orton, but Orton, with all the external factors going on, you could you know, reason to think and sympathize with him if he's able to lose, but Orton doesn't want to hear that. Orton had the chance to back out of this match, but he decided to take it anyway because he's a competitor, and that's why you have to respect Randy Orton and his will and determination to give these fans a show and give them matches that they're going to come back to see every week. And Cesaro there with the reversal, kicking Randy Orton and nailing a big drop kick, beautiful drop kick, and Cesaro loves to get the crowd behind him, and he's going to look to keep control here of Randy Orton. Big reversal there. Now Orton just slamming Cesaro's head into the mat. Cesaro now nailing those big kicks to the leg. And Cesaro looking for this big slam, trying to disorient Randy Orton. I'm sorry, I butchered that word, but trying to make him dizzy at the very least. Excuse my commentary. Like I said, I hope to improve on it every week. But we have about 20 seconds here. This match will continue in part 5, and I'll see you there.